Well, doing some corn shredding here on my new land here. Do the bulk of this then. So I'm leaving skips on purpose in between passes, at least like 2 or 3 rows at least, to leave strips. Dad can't quite bale yet. It's actually pretty wet this morning. I think it's starting to pull a little bit easier now as I get further along here. It's really the stalks is the really gummy part yet of it, so I gotta clean up this ridge behind here sometime. I don't know how far we'll get this fall or not, or all depends. That ridge cleaned up behind me there and farm right through it then, and kind of it's only probably, I mean, it's not a full half mile here because of the water up there, so kind of some short passes here. Probably be shorter yet with that draw up there. You know, I'm sure it might not get through that draw every year. The potholes here, but overall, when I'm seeing what the corn looks like here, it looks fairly decent all around here. The amount of residue here, so. So we're gonna net a lot of bales where, yeah, gonna have corn store for the next 2-3 years probably. I just wonder how much we're gonna get fed this year or not. Depends on the winter, so I think Dad's gonna give it a whirl again here. So yeah, hopefully it's just a boring day. This is all I gotta do, pretty much, so see how it goes. But hope I fixed the gearbox issue on here. I don't know if you guys can see in the camera that I put on an extension tube for the breather fill plug. Last year it just seemed like oil was leaking out of the breather port there on top, and I had to check on it periodically today, but so far so good. Everything looks dry, no fresh oil. So I mean, I checked that breather plug. It looks like it works correctly. It's still, you know, spring loaded. It works correctly. I use an air compressor, you know, pressurized air, and I can see it moving and opening, and like it's working properly. But I just don't know why it was spewing oil out of there last year. But so we'll see how this fix goes, unless it's something else going on. But I know that gearbox does get warm. It's a 1-to-1 gearbox, so it's spinning. But anyways, yeah, that draft pin on the Genesis there. Yeah, I'm not buying a new pin. That's $1,100. New Holland wants $1,100 for that thing. It's absurd. So I'm either gonna try to just kind of doing some research. I think you can get those computers reprogrammed on there to not have draft sensors installed on there, so it'd just be more or less position control, which would be fine. We don't really need draft on that thing. Or find that there's a dummy plugs that can be plugged into the harness there just to trick the computer. But that's gonna be like $250 just for the stupid little plugs then, so I don't know what to say to do. So like, it is a common issue, I guess, on those things. They just, water and dirt and crap just get into where the shields are at, get down there, and it just kind of seeps in and just rusts and corrodes, and yeah, it just causes a problem then. So start shorting out. Ours lasted as long as it did, just because most of our stuff sits inside of a shed, so it's out of the elements most of the time. But yeah, $1,100 for that pin. Yeah, I don't think so. That is stupid. That is stupid. Gosh. For Dad here. Jeez, now I got the rolling that wrap sitting here, so loading the baler. Through down on this side, so yeah, kind of walking through the field here a little bit. Yeah, I had to do some rock picking here over the next couple of years. It's gonna need some work for sure. I got about 60 bales so far. I think it's getting a little bit thicker getting over here. Yeah, that's a pretty good sized windrow back there. Nuts. Of course, there's a little rise here and then it dips down. It's heavy again. Kind of getting away from the short passes, getting a little bit longer passes over here. I think I'm not as much grain cart tracks here. I see more tracks over here, more stuff matted down to the north there, so must have been just where the combines went. There's a lot of stuff here. Man. We're still leaving a lot of stuff behind though. Quite a bit of stuff behind yet. Even strips. Some strips are smaller than others depending where the combine tracks are at. Sometimes I'm leaving 4 or 5 rows, and sometimes I'm only leaving 2, depending how it's where I'm at. But yeah, it's getting thicker over here. Sure, as I get further north, there's a little bit more rises. Then it's probably gonna get a little less again. Kind of in a dip here. Yeah, that's soft right up here too. You get right at the edge of the field, it's wet. Field is pretty big. Be that much more crop than take care of next year, basically, for years to come here. First, you're looking at like a 1 day of seeding here, pretty much for what I bought, and then at the old farm there, then the big field there, and then of course spraying. How long that takes? Only need to make 1 pass during the year, or if you got to make 2, tack on probably just tack on a total day there, and then combine it probably a day then too on this field. So and whatever else we got to do with it. So you're basically looking at like 3 or 4 extra days here of work, basically. So yeah, a lot of bales. Just changed net wrap again. Don't mind the ticking noise. The stupid net wrap guides. We adjusted quite a few of them today already. Just one bale had trouble unloading. I don't know why. I think that was just going downhill a little bit. It didn't hop off, and it the net wrap guides caught the bale then. So we had to fix some of them, then rebend them back. Then now there's a couple of them that are just slightly bent outwards away from the belt. So and then it hits the main roller underneath. Tick it. It's like I think it's just one or two of them are out of whack. So suppose we don't touch anymore, they won't get no more will get bent then. So might not do the rest of it here. I'm gonna just make a couple more windrows. Kind of shoot for 250 bales around that area. So might only do a few more windrows, and that might be about it. So how are you doing? Looks dry to me. Feel the heat coming out of here. Parked the wrong way too. It gets warm. I don't see any fresh oil. That's all that's residue is from last year, so I don't see any fresh oil though, so good. That sucker gets that close to the ground, or did you settle out? You did settle out. I see that. That didn't settle out quite a ways. Oh, good thing I saw that. Why are you settling for? Huh. Lift him back up again. What the heck? So, keep going. Well, we're calling it, or I'm calling it. all said and done here, didn't do everything here. Kind of was getting a little bit of the lighter part of the field. That kind of the north middle section must be the lightest part of the field. So there's 8 windrows up here yet for Dad. So he's just about done. He's way over on the southwest side right now. A couple of the potholes there went around, so he's finishing that up. Everything's done here. So he just has to finish this over here. Probably gonna get around 300 bales probably. So I see there's still a windrow here yet. I see you still got 1 windrow yet here. I see it where you didn't bale. So you actually got 5 on the south side. Yeah, there's a windrow here. I didn't see him. But yeah, I suppose I'm gonna get the shredder home. My Dad's gonna need more net wraps, so I gotta be ready. He's probably do another 80 bales yet, give or take. But yeah, it's kind of rough down here. Ruts. So yeah, I gotta pull these suckers home sometime then too. It's gonna be a bit. It's a good year. There's a lot of residue here, so it's like, yeah, something should have been done with it anyway. So a lot of trash to drill through. We would just no-till through it anyway. So, but decent crop year, so doesn't hurt to bale up because you never know what's gonna happen next year. It could be drought, and then you're not gonna have that much hay. And you're gonna be glad that we have extra hay then. So just never know. We got lots of oat straw in hand too yet. Lots of oat straw yet.